They run it here with Thompson. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Buying time to it. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Edelman. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A give. This is Michelle. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Go, on the ball! On the ball! Here you go, 368! Hey!
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Go, on the ball! On the ball! Good.
They come out here in the eye. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So out now come the Redskins. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Redskins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever.
15.
Here's Smith operating from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here, but that will be how this first half comes to an end. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Off of play action, here's Smith. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. It's their quarterback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Over here, over here. You're good. Lead, lead. Here you go, 368.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Michel. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together
over here.
for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Ball incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
368.
To throw on third down. Dalton. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. Dalton operating in the red zone now. This is White on the screen. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the... field. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that's going to push him back half the distance. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Airing one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 97 yards. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Hopkins with the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Uses the spin, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A gain of 3, second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Escaping the pressure right, and that's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Za'Darius. Smith, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now at FedEx Field. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
On 1st down, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Patrick Chung. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing, now a loose football, the ball comes out. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, gun. Liz. With Liz. Orange. Hey, gun.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Washington. 64 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Thompson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins tying this thing up. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out here and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And it's Michel once again, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hey, 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 hey. Be ready, be ready.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the ground, this is Michel. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Again, it's Michel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
All right, here's Dalton. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Dalton wants to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You thought we'd see pressure. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, I thought that they'd be very aggressive in that type of a situation. And that's what they call getting home. Because home is where the quarterback is.
And where the heart is.
And that heart just got shattered in 1,000 pieces.
20! He's got his man on the crossing route. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Michel trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Being in their huddle, whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words: make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On the ground, Michel. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
368! They go 368!
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a...
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Following the penalty, Michel. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. And it is good. He splits the up.